Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're getting started quite quickly today. Qualifying is just beginning. Welcome everyone, we're back for 2 hours of racing coming up. Around the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. We're right at the start of pit lane, a little bit annoying. But yes, we're here. It's been a little while, so I've had a bit of a calmer week on the streams. Let's just be careful around here. Yeah, so it's been a little while, but nice to get back into a couple of streams today. We do have ACC, of course, later on today. But for now, we have the Mon Ultimate private qualifying session here. I actually wasn't able to get, I was meaning to do some practice before qualifying started, but I slept in a little bit today, and so I've only just joined the server. Oh god, this car fishtailing a little bit through the Spa pit exit. Just with the cool tyres. So of course the Peugeot, another one of the hypercars. Not LMDH cars, so it has front-wheel drive hybrid, or hybrid on the front axle rather than the rear axle. Afternoon, Kiki. Good to see you. Hope you've had a good week. A little bit oversteer at this stage. So on to our first flying lap. Tires aren't too bad of a temperature. Of course, we are on the soft compound. Unfortunately, with the fact I haven't been able to get any practice, I don't know if the soft tires are going to overheat or not. Flat up through Eau Rouge and Radillon was a slight bit sketchy. Rear end is definitely a little bit floaty. Bit of gravel there. Tires are getting to the optimum. Well, the front left is at the optimum window for a soft tire. Both front tires actually. The rear tire's still a little bit cold. That's too late on the brakes. Good to know. Still 10 minutes left of the session. Brakes on the Peugeot don't feel the best. Making sure the regen level is at its max. Got a little bit of understeer there. Keeping it out of the gravel this time. Trying to work out what everything on the steering wheel means. Little bit of a lock up into the chicane. Would be nice if I was able to hit the apex at T1, so we put ourselves up into P9. Quite the field of cars today, I should say. I've just noticed the track temps up at 39 degrees. Soft tires are definitely getting a little overheated for their optimal temperature. I should probably actually then just take a lap to back off a little bit. So I think the green bar on the left hand side is the battery. Yes, and does say state of charge there. 59% at the moment. Yeah, I feel like this race might be a mixed tire compound thing of mediums on the front, softs on the rear. Now that sounds like it should induce understeer. Hopefully the medium, it might actually be the best balanced car. Yeah, so the front tires have come down to about the temperature required. I'm not going to turn the motor map up more than 60 just because more power through the front axle might induce more understeer. That's a bad run through the bus stop. Got onto the sausage curb on the inside. Apex there for T1, but struggled for traction on the exit. think I'll go put a little bit of extra fuel in for the race. And by that I mean the fuel ratio. Just because it does seem to be a bit lower than the energy. Steer. Oh yeah, front tires are already back up to 90 degrees. So I'm just gonna continue pushing on. A couple more laps. Turning the motor up to 80. Just because we have the battery. Oh, we might not actually have the fuel. Definitely want medium front tires. Might even want hard front tires, in all honesty. Bit of lock up on the left-hand side there, which is odd. The outside tires locking. Even the rears are starting to come up into the 80s. Out of fuel. Interesting. Temperature for the race is set to be the same for the ambient. It's currently singing P11 out of 27 hypercars. So quite full field. And then, or 29 hypercars, a couple of people not getting times in. 30 GT3s. Yeah, it is a packed grid. So it is. So, tires. I mean, a lot of people look like they're going mediums. Hmm. This is kind of what I feel like trying. It's a bit different. Don't know how well it's gonna work out. But it'll be a nice little experiment, at least. There we are, swap over to the race session. Track is apparently a couple of degrees cooler, which would help. Tires are still medium fronts, soft rears. We have practically infinite tires, so don't have to worry about that. Fuel, we've set to full. See how that takes us into the race. And yeah, let's head on to the grid. Looks like everyone around us in the leader at least going full mediums.
Formation lap has started.
Oh god, that was a big effort. Oh dear. This isn't ideal, the lag. I'm hoping it'll be alright when things spread out.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh god, this is good. Oh, that's the inside wall. Oh, my game is actually struggling so much. Oh, that was a takeout and a half. Well, that's been an interesting start to this race. Looks like it's calmed down now. I don't know how much of that you would have seen, because our OBS definitely would have struggled a bit if my game was struggling as much as it was. Have some bodywork damage. The suspension has survived, which is the main thing. FPS is still a little bit twitchy. I say twitchy. The car was twitchy there, but the FPS still isn't very stable. That's one car pitting. Big snap there. Still a dead BMW just sitting there. Anyway, we're through the start. Let's try and get into rhythm here. Forgot to turn the fuel ratio up by one click. Drink. I did not see that BMW. I went down to look at the steering wheel. There's just, I don't know how BMW was crashed there of all places. Should still be able to make it into the pits. Oh. Damage is 3 minutes. Blimey. Well, we sit here for 3 minutes. Yeah. I'm glad you don't have to park exactly in the spot, because that would have been a nightmare without a tire. I do wonder what they will do. Like, so we technically lost the front right tire in that incident. But yeah, it kind of looks like the front right tire is just as it was before it came off the car. They retrieved that tire very quickly and got back to the pit lane. Of course, this does leave us a far way down on a lot of cars. But, hey, still aren't 51 minutes to go. Still a lot of time to have some racing. The tires are still a bit cold. We were sat in pit lane 4. Still got a good multi-class race here. That's understeer. And that was still a track limit point despite how much I lifted. Oh, this game can get a bit sometimes. Nice of the Mustang to be very clear on where it was positioning itself. Some quite a lot of shadows across the track. It's 5 o'clock, or now about 5:15 in the server. So it's only gonna get darker. Just about got the car slowed down there. The braking definitely isn't as good as it was in qualifying, and even then it felt a little subpar. Far into the walls, I got to the grass like a little bit. unlap ourselves from the caddy. Now I've got another Peugeot in front, which we can hopefully unlap ourselves from. Very close to Peugeot there, through Stavelot. Kind of dive bombed that fry a little bit. Kind of looks like the fry bounced off a bump or something as I came up Eau Rouge and had to cut, and then feel like I bounced over a similar bump. Tires are a little bit overheated compared to their ideal operating window. Another Mustang just being clear which side of the track they want to be on. And another. Love to see it. Struggling with braking into the chicane still. Fry making a safe rejoin there. Good to see. They didn't drive down to the apex. I felt a little sketchy up Eau Rouge and Radeon. Porsche shutting that door down. Real into the thick of the GT3 traffic now. Three wide. Let's try and lap ourselves from the Ferrari, which we do so. Thought I'd dive bomb in the Porsche there, but kind of realised, hey, not the best idea. Getting them on the exit though. Someone's had an issue up ahead. Looks like a Mustang is going to go to the right hand side. Was a little late on that, but you could see they made a clear movement to the right hand side, which helped. Tires are just in a weird place where they're hotter than the medium/soft optimal window, but then they're colder than the hard to mediums optimal window. Just sitting in the middle of the two. But Mustang was going to leave that door open, but wasn't going to. Probably should have looked around the outside instead. BMW decided to hold right there. I thought they might have switched to left hand side. Hey Dave, good to see you. It's not been a good start to this race, as you can tell in the top left, as we're 21 minutes into it. BMW running very wide there. Runs wide, presumably to S3. I hope not, considering I think about 10 people retired from the race on the opening lap. I was having a look in the Discord chat for the race during the 3-minute pit stop I had, and yeah, there were a few things being said about what happened in the GT3 field. Obviously we didn't see any of the actual incidents, we just seen the aftermath on the track map, and one of the cars was still parked up when we came by for the second lap. wouldn't say I'm the most comfortable with the Peugeot. You can tell the game where the server is struggling a little bit. Oh no, the timing line is the start line here, not the actual control line that they use IRL. Well, we're now in 22nd within the Hypercar class. Okay, yeah, front tires should definitely be hard. I mean, they're getting close to 100 degrees. That's well into the window for hard tires. Yeah, and the rear tires are definitely into the medium range. Question is, will we need to change tires? I mean, we're nearly a quarter of the way through the race. Yeah, I think we will have to change tires. Ooh. Car in front got a stop-go penalty. Track's down to 35 degrees. So that's down 4 degrees from qualifying. We go catch this BMW in time. We are. Trying to set up the pit strategy now. I've got a bit of clear track position. Take that front right tire, 101 degrees. Just noticed the battery is nearly empty, so I have to turn that motor map down. That might help the front tire a little bit, since it takes a bit of power away from it. But I doubt it's going to be enough to bring it down into the... stop it from overheating. But of course, it's a little bit of a difficult track for tire temps. They fluctuate quite a lot. Interesting line there from the Cadillac. I hope this isn't another situation where the ideal sort of motor map is 50 kilowatts, but we don't have 50, we just have 40 and 60. And so we're having to constantly swap between the two. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting at the moment from the battery. Very small from the McLaren there. I think the Mustang got a little caught up about me potentially diving to the inside there. I thought about it, but I was like, nah, that's too risky. Catching up to another Cadillac. Oh, just noticed a Lamborghini DNF'd. I think that was the Lambo in the lead before they obviously DNF'd. Oh, this is going to be awkward timing with the Mustang. Nowhere to go. I timed the run much better than the Cadillac, but I just didn't have anywhere to go. Down the inside though of the Cadillac. Bit of slipstream helping us get alongside, and we were just a little bit better on the brakes. That Cadillac was a move for position. Yeah, you can see in the top left, they're not long out of the pits. I can see on the standings, we're starting to get to the point of it's going to be difficult to catch many more cars. We have a Toyota that's not too far in front of us, have pitted. See, one of the cars in front had a lock-up, smoke lingering in the air. Still got 10 laps of fuel. Someone else in front is DNF'd. Cadillac. Thought they were just in the pits, so seems they more likely just quit than had a crash that resulted in terminal damage, or maybe they had some issue. Catching up to P9 to unlap ourselves from them. What the hell was that Lamborghini doing? Maybe too late with that one. Doesn't seem like we have any damage from it though. Feels harsh. Ooh, quite nearly went through to it there. Yeah, now the battery's nearly full again. Exactly is a situation where 50 kilowatts would be perfect. think that BMW had a wobble off the curb rather than intentionally coming across. A little bit deep there. We're on 80 kilowatts just to try and burn a little bit of battery. Now that we've burnt that little bit of battery, that's a much cleaner move there. Chasing down P8 to unlap ourselves. Turned in a slight bit too early there. Gotta be careful of cutting that curb on the inside. too deep into there. Just about caught that McLaren in time. Drivers in the front pack starting to pit. Oh, I was hoping that BMW wasn't going to shut the door, but it did. So theoretically, the car in front of us should pit here. There they go. Now we've got still nearly 5 laps of fuel. We'll still need 2 more pit stops to get to the end, even if we did save the extra lap of fuel, so... the second of which will be a splash and dash. So I don't see much point in saving the fuel, but we might save it anyway behind some traffic. There's a few cars in front of us, and you never know what's going to happen. The cars behind us seem like they're not going to have to do the splash and dash. See, this race we normally have been a 2-stop race, but because we had to make our first pit stop so early, not too long before I have to turn down the map here for a lap or two. A little extra chicane to go around this lap as Ferrari has a spin at Stavelou. A little deep on the brakes. Hypercar letting us through. A little bit wide there. Was a little worried about that Porsche just coming across. Go off to pit at the end of this lap. On for a personal best here. Shame we won't be able to finish the lap since we're out of fuel. A little slow on pit entry. Could definitely have been more aggressive. 52-second pit stop. course, the car on cold tyres now. You can tell by the wheel spin. At least that puts some heat into the rear tyres. Do need to be careful of the front tyres here, though, for this. Oof. That is scary. I mean, you're only doing 60 kilometers normally. We were down to nearly 30 kilometers there just to make that right-hander. That's actually one thing. There is a small advantage to being on this end of the pit lane. Not only because, of course, then you've got the extra time to make sure your pit strategy is right in the pits rather than worrying about it on the track. But then you never have to take that tight right-hander with new tyres. Or with cold tyres, I should say. Holy. Okay, that is bad. Yeah, I mean, that track limit point is thoroughly deserved. I can kind of see how the Lamborghini did it a little bit earlier. I thought I was being cautious enough there, but I was nowhere near cautious enough. Being on hard tyres, probably not helping. I wonder if that BMW has had a spin, because they thought, oh, that's a hypercar, they'll be very quick through this fast left-hander. Oh wait, they're not. Hang on, I need to back up here. Oh crap, I've lost the rear end from braking in the middle of a corner. I have... Very likely that's what happened there. So we're out in 18th place. Now, I believe everyone has one stop to go to the end of the race here. Everyone in front of us has to make, well, except for the Peugeot that is in 17th. They'll be making a splash and dash just like us. But the cars further in front have to make... We'll have to fill up considerably on energy. And we'll have a much longer pit stop than what we'll have. Being chased down by P7, slight cut of the curb there, that could actually be... Yeah, that's harsh. I mean, a couple of the track limit points we've got have been harsh. I mean, of course, the time that we had to cut a Radeon to avoid the Lamborghini exiting the pits, yeah, completely unjustified, I would say, but it's the game doesn't count the track limits based on the cars around you, just the violation that you've made. Porsche giving us the inside, which is nice. Then into the pits, serve this drive-through. A little bit more aggressive into the pit entry that time. don't want any new tires in our next pit stop. And we're going to want much less fuel. This corner shouldn't be as scary this time since the tires are up to temperature. I'm going to put this to 30%. I think that's about what we might need. Oh, Porsche in front is DNF'd. That's another free position. And the pit exit here shouldn't be as sketchy again. With the warmer tires. Got a couple of cars behind us that we were quicker than earlier on in the race. Of course, we're still getting our tires up to temperature, so I don't want to just slow down to let them through. Lamborghini made a mistake behind. Have to turn the motor back up now. Battery's nearly full. Not ideal. And that was track limits. Oh, okay, come on. Running into gravel. Spa feels like it's very harsh track limits. What are you doing? This Cadillac is just driving so dangerously. Like, not accelerating on the racing line on a corner exit, and then just driving in the middle of the track so unpredictably. That McLaren took a tight line, annoyingly. Car's still a bit cold. Track temp's actually dropped another couple of degrees, which isn't helpful anymore. It's going to make it a little more difficult to get these tires up to temperature. Little reminder, the optimum tire temp for hard tires is 96 degrees. The mediums is 88 or 86, one of the two. Don't know why that BMW's sticking to the inside. I mean, in a way it's generous to let us have the racing line, but please. You'll get away with it there on a straight, but don't do that. In a corner, there's a little bit of a cut. That has probably been the only, apart from the pit exit, of course, the only track limit penalty that's actually justified by the crime. car behind is a stop go penalty. Okay, gives me fuel used last lap. And the top just to the left of the gear number steering wheel. Doesn't look like it gives me energy used last lap. For moving over early, appreciate it. Battery about half full, half empty. .45. Had a weird moment in the force feedback there. That's a little weird. Ah, yes, under the battery. Thanks, Kiki. Yeah, VN last eng, not standing for engine, but energy. We'll round that up to 4.5 to make the maths easier. Hypercar into a bit of trouble. Can't just gang into the gravel. 0.5. Running into the gravel is apparently a crime. Track limits are stupid around here. Please be flat out through here, Ferrari. I was a little worried. Got left off to last pass, greatly appreciated. I guess you could. I mean, the problem with Paul Ricard, I would say, is the track limits are poorly defined. And feel a bit inconsistently defined. Yeah, see, that time it was fine. Toyota has now DNF'd. I mean, fair enough, Mustang. You want to go to the left there? That works. You know, the Mustang did it early enough that I could react. So, can't complain. Of course, it doesn't look good. It looks quite bad, but it's not that bad. Crash at Eau Rouge and Radeon for the Toyota. Let's put them out. Battery pretty much being depleted by the time we get to the come this lap, so turn that motor map down. Track down to 32 degrees now. Could definitely do with it being up at 39 degrees that was for qualifying. Was a yellow flag here, has been rescinded. Ferrari going a bit slowly, so I assume they had a crash there and were the cause for the yellow flag. Coming up on 3 GT3s. You could hear the GT3s making contact with each other. DT for the BMW behind. Car was off into the gravel there. That wasn't tire smoke. That Porsche is off. Catching up to this Lamborghini. Ooh, side by side between two hypercars. Porsche going slowly. Porsche's into the pits. That's awkward position spin. Just gone to par and rear wheels slipped and let the car go round. to 11.5 for the Lamborghini last lap. That's quite a slow lap. That would explain why we caught them. 206.4 this lap, still a slow lap. Although that might just be where their pace is at. Oh, I was a little worried there I wasn't going to catch the Porsche in time before Eau Rouge and Radeon. That was a great line through there. Another Mustang signaling they would like the outside. We were 6.4 seconds quicker than Lamborghini that lap. We do have to pit another time, the Lamborghini does not, but with this pace difference, we maybe still could have beat the Lamborghini had we not had the spin. We would have had half an hour to try and build that gap up. Also, at the end of this lap, we should turn the motor map up again. Still 6 laps of fuel. Might need to put another thing into fuel ratio. Because the fuel is still slightly more limiting than virtual energy at this point. Lamborghini wide into the chicane. That was a little close for comfort. Had to take a lift through Eau Rouge and Radion because of the dirty air. I meant to turn the motor map up and I kind of forgot. Would have been a risky dive bomb there. Oh, flip me, that Lamborghini's much slower than I expected through there. Maybe he should have gone for it. Lamborghini's not later on the brakes. The brakes are a similar point to me, but they definitely struggled to meet apexes. That took longer than it should have. "25 minutes to go. 4 laps until we make a pit stop. Our final splash and dash. I think we were catching up to a Peugeot and it's like, oh, is that the car for position? It's like, no, it's a car that has lapped us. That BMW just kind of straggled the middle of the road, annoyingly. Oh, we've managed to lap ourselves. For now. We will of course have to pit. That Peugeot is just out of the pits. And has absolutely scared that McLaren into submission. Into Lake Home. Up to a Cadillac here that's on a night lap. Was that a Cadillac? No, that's a BMW, sorry. Porsche being much clearer on which side of the track it's going to be on than the BMW was earlier, or last lap. Also just realised, it's a personal best lap last time around, which is nice. Not going to be close enough to pass this Porsche before they come. In fact, we'll just catch it in the middle if they come, quite annoyingly. Little wide, but not wide enough to trigger track limits. Oh, big front right lockup there. Not ideal. Look at the front right tire temp because of that. Up to 107 degrees, blimey. Mustang left enough room. Right, we'll be pitting at the end of this next lap, where there will be just under, or just over, about 16 minutes left in the race. So we'll say 9 laps. 4.5 times 9. Well, let's do 9 times 4, which is 36. 42% should get us to the end. I'm also going to quickly need to pause the recording for this race, as it's about to use up the last bit of space I have on my SSD. No change on tyres, 40% fuel, not repairing the damage. Seems good. Alright, into the pits. Best pay entry of the race so far for us. Everything is still right there. A little short on the pit box. Stop recording, tab into the game. 16.5-second pit stop. And we are now going to the end. There is a Cadillac. That will get past us, but won't be too far in front of us. 2:18.1, that's a very slow lap from them. There they go. There go a few cars, so they're in a little bit of a group. We'll see them up through Eau Rouge. That's a Porsche. And then, yeah, they were behind a GT3 up Eau Rouge. Still on warm tires, so we can attack the pit exit. They have cooled down a bit, but not as much as last. Last time was just a drive-through, but they weren't properly up to temperature. Got a Peugeot behind us. Peugeot that we were behind not too long ago. That was close with the McLaren. I don't know why they're flashing their lights. Catching up to another Peugeot. This is for position. That was fucking sketchy. This Peugeot's gonna get through because of that, annoyingly. That was close. I would like up the inside of you, Porsche. Sorry. .6 for the Peugeot that just passed us. I hope they have a bit more pace than that, because I'd like to get back into the 203s. If I need to repass the Peugeot, I will absolutely do so. Okay, you're just blind. Tried to push me off the track there. Bit of understeer there, I had to take a little lift, still slightly tapped the gravel. slipstream of this Peugeot. We're going to lap ourselves. They did pull over to try and defend. That was sketchy. And now we'll see if we do have more pace than the Peugeot we just unlapped ourselves from. Minutes left in the race. What the fuck is that BMW doing? That was so fucking dangerous. I mean, if I didn't see that, and if I didn't react in time to that, that would have been an airplane crash, practically. So incredibly dangerous and stupid. I think the Hypercar that we've seen just cutting the second part of the bus stop, that one there, murdered that GT3 that was in the wall on the left-hand side. Just got BMW at the wrong point. Fortunate. But we're definitely quicker than the Peugeot behind us. The one that we're a lap behind, just to be clear. Looking at the gaps in front of us, we could have been P12 if it wasn't for the drive-through. We're within 10 seconds of the caddy in front. And we were a couple of seconds quicker last lap than them. 2.5 actually. And if we don't get held up by GT3s, we could be even quicker than that. So it'll be interesting to see if that caddy is genuinely running 207s, or if they also have a bit more pace than what that lap time suggests. Yeah, 206.0, so they do have a bit more lap time. 205.1, yeah, still gained a second. But with only 3 or 4 laps of this race to go, we're not close enough to catch them unless something else holds them up. There's a little bit of a cut. Have to run a bit of time here at a lower motor map. Battery got down to 15% at the end of the Camel Straight there. Someone's off. That's the Cadillac, actually. That's P14. Staying to the right hand side, appreciate it. I will say, on the most part, the GT3 traffic has been pretty good this race. There's quite a few points in this track around Spa where the racing line, especially between Stavlo and the chicane in the final sector, where GT3 can, you know, the racing line just kind of weaves across the track because of how the track just isn't straight. But the GT3s have been very good at just indicating that, not using their actual indicators, but just positioning their car in a way that indicates, hey, I'm staying to this side of the track, you can pass me on the other side. You know, it's been very clear, very obvious, and, very easy to race around for the prototypes. It's a shame about that, what that one BMW did a couple of laps ago here into Les Combes, because that was just dead stupid. Like that, just clear. I'm going to the right hand side. Now, if that is the leader in Les Combes, this should be the final lap. probably slower than I expected into the source there. Was a bit tight on the exit. And like just making things a bit more difficult for no reason, to be honest. So since we're on the final lap of this race, I should talk about how I felt about Peugeot. I feel like it is a little bit weaker than the other cars I've driven around here. I've maybe got used to it a bit more throughout this race, but I don't think it's quite as well balanced as the other cars. I feel like I've been struggling a little bit with understeer at some parts, but then also struggling with oversteer, trying to get the power back down. I mean, that could be a setup thing. Later finishes the race. Looks like it was a somewhat close race at the front. Like, the top three were still all on the Camel Straight together. You know, okay, a few seconds between each of them, but only a few seconds. Not like 10 odd seconds between each car. Through the chicane for the final time. And there we go, P14. I mean, when you consider the fact we had a 3-minute pit stop at the start of this race, that was not bad. You know, and without that drive-through, we would have been P12, I would say. You know, yeah, that's not a bad race by any means, when you exclude the start. You know, the FPS issues too at the start. I need to look into that. I think I know what setting I need to change. But yeah, I mean, look at our fastest lap. It was faster than everyone between us and P6. You know, so on pace, we could potentially have been P7. Yeah, on pace, we could have potentially been P7. So yeah, a lot of people DNFing. Well, up to 36th. Well, that's 23? 24 people DNFing? Okay, I know a lot of people might have got done in at the start. I mean, 9 people DNF'd on the first lap alone. This looks like 3 GT3s DNFing on lap 7. That looks like it could have been a bit of a crash. And then here, like, we're probably looking at issues of some sorts. Medium tires on the front, hards on the rear. I'm going to assume that's a that was a mistake. Or inaccurate information. Was the lag server end? No, I think that was just my end. My game. Because it was FPS issues Yeah, it wasn't really lag issues, it was FPS issues. So there is one setting I'm thinking of. It's probably in graphics. Visible vehicles. I put it on 60 because that's the same setting I have it on ACC. And ACC, I don't have any issues in big grid races. So it's like, oh yeah, this will do. I, I think that might have been the reason. Since it was all right after lap 1. I'm going to assume. Anyway, go turn that down. Cancel. Actually, no. I just want back out of the setting to make sure it is sort of saved. But yeah, let us switch over here. And what time is it? It's about half 4. We'll run the Art of Rally events after the ACC stream. I don't think I'm going to do the WRC stream tonight. That I was saying, bit tired tonight. Haven't had a great weekend for sleep. So yeah, we'll probably just leave that. Oh, and now there's a 100-minute race of Portimao next week. Oh, actually, I think I would be interested in that. Yeah. Yeah, if you're wondering, let me just do that. Next week, they've literally just announced this with the end of that race. 100 minutes of Portimao, which really does intrigue me because the Bahrain Outer race that was 100 minutes long last week was really interesting. So yeah, it was really good strategy wise, and I think Portimao could bring a race that is just as good. So yeah, we're going to do that. So with that said, we will be back on Wednesday because we actually have a 90-minute race around Portimao in GT3s on Wednesday evening. That starts at, is it 6:30 or 7 p.m.? Let me just double check here. 90 minutes of Algarve. That will start at 6:30 p.m. for that stream. Multi-class between LMP2 cars and GT3 cars. And then we'll have the 100-minute race on Sunday, which I think will be quite interesting. And yeah, we'll have a couple of WRC streams in there as well. But yeah, that will be it. Certainly going to be taking it easier this month on streams. So we'll have a couple of WRC streams. They'll pop up at some point. I don't know when exactly. But yeah, we'll have a couple of those streams. So yeah, so the next streams for the next week will be, we've got ACC of course later today starting at 6:30 p.m. That is in about 2 hours. Yep, 2 hours. We have 2.4 hours of Monza coming up, the final round of our 2.4 hour series. Hopefully we can end it on a high and survive any Monza carnage. Then we have on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. so same time. On Wednesday, we'll have a 90-minute race around Portimao in GT3, so I'm still back on the Mon Ultimate. And then next Sunday, we will have a 100-minute race around Portimao in GT3 cars. That will start at 2 p.m. So same time as today's the Mon Ultimate stream. And then there will be the random WRC stream in between. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Kiki, for being around and chatting. Dave as well, popping in for a bit, and anyone else that is lurking. Hopefully, I'll see you in a couple of hours for some ACC. But if not, I will see you next week at various points, hopefully. Again, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, especially if I don't see you later tonight. And yeah, until next time, again, thanks for watching. Bye bye.